The Jets season is officially over. Not only did they go to London and poorly lose out to the Minnesota Vikings, who is now 5-0, by the way. And not only did Aaron Rodgers throw not one, not two, but 3 interceptions in that game, but they come back to the United States and Robert Saleh gets fired the next day. So, is the Jets season officially over, and should they have made this call?
Yes, it is. It's over. London Bridges is falling down. It's done. They're done. They're done. I said this before the season. Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles heel, whatever it is, he's washed. I've been said this. And you can go and try to go smoke up your ashwagandha. It's not going to be enough to try to go take a darkness retreat. Listen, there's a reason why him and his whole, like, what's in between his ears, it ain't there. He's not mentally mature enough. I said this before the season. I told Jets fans, I was like, you're going to have a guy that cannot have the mental maturity. He's not only not going to have the mental maturity, he's not a leader, and he's a choke artist in the playoffs. So you got all those things that are coming along. He's a choke artist in general. So I just don't think especially when you're going to be where the New York media is, that's going to be heavily, firsthand, they're going to be heavily critical of him. Now we're going to see what happens when now you don't have a scapegoat in Robert Saleh anymore to basically pick up after your bullshit.
Yeah, the season was over before it started, and it wasn't a Saleh thing. It's everything he alluded to. It's an Aaron Rodgers thing. The man is an Achilles heel. The man is known for getting coaches fired, cough Mike McCarthy. So we can't act surprised that another coach leaves and he retains his job when he has been the reason for the inept productivity, essentially the lack thereof. It's so lackluster at this point. I do think that firing Saleh was the wrong move. They fired the wrong guy as far as I'm concerned. The defense has been playing stellar. It's the offense that has been lacking. I'm not sure of the stats of the number of teams that fired a coach going 2-3, but I can tell you I've seen coaches start significantly worse and still keep their jobs. Some of them are still coaching right now as a head coach. I didn't think 2-3 was enough. I thought it was a bit much. It sounds like there's something more going on behind the scenes that we're just not aware of, especially for the GM to come out and say this was all on me, this was my doing. It's alarming. When I look at the Packers of Aaron Rodgers' last 5 seasons with the Packers, 3 of those 5 seasons, the Packers were the number 1 seed in the NFC. Ask me how many times they made the Super Bowl. 20 years, 1 Super Bowl appearance. You got the ring, but time now needs to be told that you can't keep blaming everybody else. You know the old saying, if Jack got a problem with Jill, if Jack got a problem with James, if Jack got a problem with Johnny, Jack is the problem.
I thought at the very least Woody Johnson would give him until the end of the season, see where it went before inevitably firing him.
What doesn't make sense to me is your head coach is first in points per drive, first in EPA per drive, and third in succession rate. And I'm not talking about the offense. The defense is why this team is successful. This defense is why this is a top 3, arguably top 1 defense.